today we're going to be working on the Challenger, and what I'm going to be doing is installing the front sway bar from QA1. Stay tuned. Be doing the front sway bar on the Challenger. As you've probably seen from other videos, so this Challenger has the complete QA1 coilover suspension. It's got coilovers on the front and coilovers on the rear. I also did the video on the rear sway bar here, which you can see installed. And so now today I'm going to be installing this front QA1 sway bar kit. Now this is the kit that is for the coilover suspension. They do sell the kit that is for the factory suspension as well, so it depends which suspension you have. You want to go with the right front sway bar. So I'm gonna go under there, get started, install this. It should be pretty simple, straightforward. Let's get started. I'm under the car here. It's gonna be a little bit kind of a tight space, but here is the front, I guess, cradle cross member from the coilover suspension, and these are the little tabs where the sway bar bolts into. And then the sway bar is gonna go up and bolt onto the control arm, which has the hole right there on the end side here. So should be pretty simple install on this, as far as I can see anyways. The only thing is that it looks like I have to put the sway bar in this spot here, because it's going to go right in here. So which is also good, because that means that the sway bar is not going to be lower than the cross member here. And that also means I have to make sure that it goes in through the top here. I haven't lifted the car because I just wanted to kind of keep it, you know, lower, kind of like at its right height, but it really doesn't matter, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the sway bar now. Gonna put the camera down here for a second, see if I can just slip in the sway bar here from the side, and hopefully I don't have to move anything out. So cool. Car's been running for a few weeks now. Took it to the drag strip a couple times, nothing leaking. I was just kind of looking under here. There is some surface dust on everything, but nothing leaking like engine oil, transmission, or anything like that. So that's really good. I did feel a small like rubbing sound, and I think it's possibly the drive shaft hitting on one of the mufflers. So I'm gonna look at that later today and see. But other than that, I mean, everything's been running good. So other than I probably need to get the car tuned, I just haven't had any time or anything. Or, well, not time, but I do need to take it to someone possibly, and that's gonna cost some money. And so for now I'm just kind of letting it be as it is. It runs pretty good, and it looks like as I drive it more, it learns more, it drives better. But I'm sure if I take it to get tuned, it would do a lot better. It would have more power too. Someone that can tune the Holly computer and the Coyote. So I may do that eventually. We'll see. But anyways, let me get that sway bar, see if I can guide it in there. So here. It may not work with the car on the floor. I may have to jack this up, so let's just see. Maybe I can go backwards, right? Nope, because it's not gonna be enough room. Okay, so not enough room to get it because the tire's on the way technically, and I got it in there but it's facing the wrong way, and now to flip it around there's not enough room. So I'm gonna get my jack, put it in here, jack it up, at least jack it up so I can flip this over. Like I said, it shouldn't matter if it's jacked up or not, because as you lower it both sides, it's gonna be the same. So let me get the jack put in here so I can flip that around. Maybe, ooh, there we go. Okay. So I was able to turn the tires in on one side. I was able to turn this, and that gave me enough room for this end of the sway bar to go in, enough so that I can actually get on that side around the tie rod end. So now it's in its spot where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna grab my end links and put them right here through this bolt on both sides and get those bolted up. So as far as the end links go, it doesn't matter which way you put these on. As far as, you know, this bolt can go down or up. I think I'm just gonna have it go up, just that way when I tighten it, if it sticks out a lot, you know, it would stick out farther on the bottom, where up here it's behind the tire. There's, I don't think there'll be nothing that's gonna hit, so I'd rather stick out that way. So leave a bushing on the bottom, put a bushing on top, the little spacer, the bushing facing up, and that's gonna go on that end of the sway bar. Put the bushing on top with the washer, and we'll put the nut here. Gonna grab the other one, go on the passenger side and do the same thing. Maybe I should have put in the bushings before doing this through the end, so we'll see if that doesn't backfire on us. So what I'm talking about is the bushings that go here for the actual mounting point. You know, you can slide them all the way in. They have a cut, so you should be able to have them go around, but You know what? Let me grab those real quick. Okay, they don't look too bad to open, so I'm just gonna continue installing this way. If I need to, I can always take these off and slip those bushings back in. And always remember to, you know, these bushings have this little lip that's going to go towards the sway bar or the control arm. So technically that little lip is supposed to go in this hole from the sway bar or from the control arm. So make sure that faces the right way. And I'm not gonna really tighten those yet, so those are on there. Kind of loose, but now that puts the sway bar pretty much in this spot here. So I'm just gonna grab my bushings and the bracket, put them right here. Now for these, they have a grease fitting, so you can grease them afterwards. This is energy suspension grease that I had for a long time. Sometimes they come with some of that. I didn't see any of that on my kit here, but I'm just gonna put some of this on the inside. This just keeps from squeaking. But you can grease these every so often so they don't squeak. That way they're not dry. I like to put a little bit here on the outside where it goes. It's gonna go into this. So and that has a cutout so you can go around it. The ones on the rear were a little bit stiffer, so I had to just put them in through the sides. This ones, they're not too bad, so I can just open them up and put them in there. Wipe my gloves off because I don't want to be getting some of that grease all over everything. And then we can go ahead, put the bracket in them. And so these are the little grease fittings. Like I said, you make sure you grease those. If you don't do it before, make sure you grease them right after. And I'm just gonna look here from the front, make sure that the sway bar is same distance. Driver to passenger. So what I'm gonna do just really quick is tying up the end links just a little bit. Doing so is gonna help me kind of put it at the right spot here on the front, so because that's gonna tighten these up, make it go, you know, straight up and down wherever it's going to want to go. left and right, because these links are gonna kind of be straight since I'm tightening them. So by doing so, it's gonna pretty much center the sway bar where it wants to be from left to right, because I mean I can move it, but that's pretty much where the sway bar wants to be. So, and it can move inside this bushing once I get the car down. I mean, it's not a big deal, but just as a starting point, I want to make sure that those are kind of pretty much where they want to be at the end. So I just have to lift the sway bar a little bit, put those bolts in there with the washer. Put another washer on the inside. And then these nuts are locking nuts, I guess. They have the Teflon right at the end, so they'll lock in. Now these brackets have a little bit of the hole, so it's long, so I can go really high up, really high down. I'm gonna match the bracket to it and then just put it right in the center and tighten that up once I got all 4 bolts in there. Alright, so from there I'm just going to tighten these up. And I really should just grab my drill to tighten these up, but hold on. Alright, and now this side. And I'm just gonna lift the sway bar here to match the other side. Really, I don't know if that matters, but I just want the brackets to be about the same on both sides, so that looks to be about right. And the instructions, it doesn't say anything about that, but alright, so let's see, according to instructions, 31 foot-pounds, so I'll grab the torque wrench, torque everything 31 foot-pounds, which shouldn't be that tight. Okay, got my torque wrench here set to 31 foot-pounds. Man, I should really try to buy a new torque wrench. I had this for, man, I think when I first went to automotive school, which was back in like 06, so 06, 2016, 26, almost 20 years now, this torque wrench. I think it still works good. So it's already at 31 foot-pounds there. It's not too tight, so the way I did it just by hand, I mean, it's pretty much right at where it's supposed to be. They don't need to be super tight. This one will probably turn a little bit. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so that's the installation on the front sway bar for a e-body from QA1. It's really easy. I did have a little trouble just to mounting it in there, but that's because I have the aftermarket electric steering pump. You do want to jack up the vehicle before you do it. If you don't have this electric power steering, you can just put it in there really easy and then flip it over. So, but if not, just turn one of your wheels and kind of put it in one of the crevices and then put it on the other side. So not too bad. Any questions, comments, leave them below. Subscribe to the channel, it helps out a lot. See you in the next one.